Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Thank you so much for being part of my journey and for being my soul family. And without wasting any time, today we are looking at, are you going to achieve your dream? How and when? Now, this can be anything. Your dream can be anything. I'm sure it's going to be different for all of you. So we are going to look at how we are going to achieve it and when you're going to achieve it, any guidance or advice your spirit guides want to give you, anything that you need to know at the time you watch this reading. That's what I'm going to channel for you. And this is going to be a timeless reading, so you can apply this from whenever you're watching. And we have 3 piles. So we have pile number 1 with willpower. This is what your card looks like. We have pile number 2 with turn over a new page. One of my favorite cards in this deck, honestly. Then we have ending a trauma. Another beautiful card. So we have pile number 1 with willpower, pile number 2 with turn over a new page, pile number 3 with ending a trauma. So with that said, you can take some more time if you need some more time to make your selection, but I'm going to start with my prayer as I always do. It would be nice if you want to stay with me throughout the prayer because it helps me connect with your energies better. So, but you can skip to your reading. There is no compulsion as to wait for the prayer. If you're wondering what this deck is, this is the Rasuli's Sufi Wisdom Oracle. This is the deck. And these are what the cards look like, in case you're wondering. Love the artwork on this. It's so beautiful. Okay. Take a deep breath with me. Slowly exhale. I ask for pile number 1, 2 and 3 to be connected to their spirit guides. I call upon with divine love upon pile number 1, 2 and 3 spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Any guidance that wants to come through this reading, please help me channel it correctly and accurately. I ask for all of our spirit guides for this reading to be protected. For pile number 1, 2 and 3 to be protected from any negative energies, entities, any malicious intentions, any energy vampires that are trying to drain their energy. I ask for pile number 1, 2 and 3's dream, their dream to be manifested, and this reading to be a guide on how they can do so. I ask for this reading to be clear, precise, and to help pile number 1, 2 and 3 achieve whatever it is that they desire. My intention for this reading is to give them a glimpse into the future, of what their life would look like when they have achieved their dream, how they are going to get it, and when. Almost as if a quantum leap, almost as if hacking the future. I ask for this reading to give pile number 1, 2 and 3 any hidden information that they need to know, any spiritual information that they need to know in order to achieve their dream. I offer my gratitude and my love to my soul family, my collective that is watching this reading. I offer my love and gratitude to my soul family, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, every light being that is present here that is going to guide me through this reading. I request for this reading to be a guiding light in pile number 1, 2 and 3's life. I offer this prayer with love. I offer my gratitude to pile number 1, 2 and 3, to my soul family here on YouTube that has been with me for the longest time, that are so supportive, so loving and so kind towards me. I thank you, Spirit, for each and every soul that stumbles across my channel, across my readings, for every single member of the soul family that supports me, loves me and loves my art. I thank you, Spirit, for blessing me with such beautiful souls. And now we are a family of 3,000, so thank you so much, my dear loves. And with that being said, I'm going to see you in your reading. Lastly, I wish for anybody worried about something, not having faith in their dream, or thinking or believing that what they want is unachievable, I hope that this reading serves as an inspiration, serves as a confirmation that you can achieve whatever it is that you want. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 1, you chose the card Willpower. Improve your willpower to reduce your stress level. As soon as I said that, it felt like something outside fell down or something. There's construction going on. So the sound was almost reminded me of the tower card in tarot. So maybe you feel like some structures in your life are breaking apart right now, so you're not very happy or not at your most positive, joyful self. I can feel that this tower moment, whatever is falling apart in your life, is taking a toll on you and has taken a toll on you, and maybe you feel like you're not going to be able to come out of this because tower moments can be huge. They are there to break apart your foundation, but I feel like this tower, or whatever sense of security or whatever sense of stability, safety that you had, was actually false. Like whatever you feel like you're losing right now, whatever you feel like the loss and the pain caused by the loss of that thing or person, it is necessary that it goes away so that a new truth, a new layer wants to reveal itself to you. But that is not possible unless this fake tower, this fake thing, this fake building falls apart. And I feel like that is something that is breaking down in your life. I'm going to start channeling for you. So I have my bowl right here. Are you guys water signs? I feel like all of you are not water signs, so take this message as it resonates. But I just feel like there could be some Pisces or Scorpio people here with 8th house placements, 12th house placements. I'm feeling Pisces strongly, feeling Scorpio quite strongly as well. Immediately, as soon as I picked up the palette, before I even opened it, I was drawn to this color right here, this color. This one is indigo. This is one of my favorite colors, which is why I have such a huge blob of it always, because I use this color a lot. So this is a very interesting pattern for you, pile number 1. We have a spiral almost here. Now, if you're new here to my channel, I am an intuitive artist, so I don't pick all of these colors myself. I always ask Spirit to help me, connect your energy, connect me to your energy, and help me to paint that. So I always ask what is the color that represents pile number 1 or pile number 2 best, and for pile number 1 I got the color blue. Now you don't have to be water signs, but I just feel like you could feel very connected to the ocean, to the water element, like I do. And you might be a very emotional person, sensitive person. I feel like one of your deep down, I feel like you dream of being of help to humanity, being of service in some way, helping people in some way. Maybe you want to start a business, but you don't want to do it in a way that causes harm to people or the environment. I feel like you're trying to do something consciously, and the reason why it's important to you is because you are pile number 1. You are people that are part of the new earth. You are my collective that is like, I don't want to say responsible, but I feel like the way you live your life, and because you've shifted so many patterns, so many ancestral patterns, and I just heard the word heritage. So maybe some of you come from some kind of familial trauma. You guys are shifting into generational trauma, and you don't like the way the world is, the way it is right now, and you want to change it, but the way to do it is by changing yourself, right? So you're working on yourself, and I see you, the reason why you don't fit in the old earth, if I should say, is because you are meant to be creating the pioneers of the new earth. And if you don't know what that means, you can look up the book, The New Earth. I think it's called A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I'm just getting that something to do with the ocean. If right now you're feeling stressed that you're not going to achieve your dream, or something bad is going to happen, or you feel like everything is breaking down and nothing is going well in your life, nothing is going well in your life, everything just keeps falling apart no matter how hard you try. If that is what you're feeling, spirit is saying that you should go and sit near any water body, if there is around you, like a well or a lake or a river or the ocean, the beach. If you can go, like, sit somewhere quiet where you can be with like a huge body of water, but quietly, like in a quiet place. You can go to a beach where there's not a lot of people, and just, I'm not asking you to swim there, although if you like swimming, you can. But I just feel like you need to sit near the water body and ask the water body to bring its energy into you and to calm you, to bring you to a place of safety within yourself. Like, ask the lake, ask the ocean, wherever you're going, whichever water body you choose, ask it, dear water or dear river, dear ocean, I call upon you to please, I call upon your energies to please calm me down, to bring me to a sense of stability, to bring me to a sense of clarity, enough clarity within myself so that I know what to do about this situation. I feel like this is an important message that needed to come through. So highly, highly recommending that for pile number 1. I feel like this is something that is very important, because I feel like there's some information that wants to be transmitted to you, but it's not possible that you receive the information if your mind is very busy, if you won't be able to hear the guidance that they want to give you. So how are they going to achieve the dream? When are they going to achieve the dream? How is pile number 1? Wow. Okay, taking this one, this one, this one, and this one. How and when are they achieving it? Okay, so we have 2 of Cups reversed here. Maybe you went through some kind of a breakup with a romantic partner. This is possible only for some of you, not all of you. And one of your dreams, or one of the things that, one of your deepest desires that you want in life, is maybe to start a family, maybe to have, if not a family, a community that loves you, that accepts you for who you are. For some of you, it could be marrying, like having a future spouse, having a partner by your side. Maybe you feel lonely without a partner, and that is something that is your dream. And with the 6 of Swords here, I'm getting the message that you need to first unlearn all of the, first of all, you're doing very well, okay, you're doing great, unlearning all of the patterns and shifting all of the trauma that you are doing, the work that you're already doing. You're doing a great job at it, so keep it up. But there's also there's some lesson, there could be some karmic lessons connected to your relationships in general, so be careful. With the 6 of Cups coming out here, you see how these 2 cards are very similar. So I feel like with the 6 of Cups coming out here, there is this is going to be true. Like, you're going to be able to have this partner, or have this community, or this family, new family, if that is what your deepest desire is, you're going to have it, definitely, for sure. This is a huge confirmation, the Six of Cups right here. You're definitely going to get that, and you're going to feel very fulfilled and happy that this dream has finally come true for you. But there's also almost like a warning from spirit as to be careful who you let in to your body, your mind, and your life. Be careful about who you have connections with, what kind of people you're allowing, people that you're talking to every day. Some of us don't think too much about, like, okay, this is just a friend, and they'll talk to such people, but they don't really have anything to contribute to your life. They're just kind of there in your life, And spirit is like, you need to reevaluate your relationship with every single person that you have in your life and ask yourself, like, is this person on the path of spiritual growth? Is this person helping you be on the path of spiritual growth? Because I feel like the new community, the new friends, the new family, your new partner that wants to come in are highly spiritual and highly spiritually evolved. And they are people who are on the spiritual path. So if you are entertaining people that are not on the spiritual path, you're not going to be a match to these new people, these Six of Cups people that want to come in. So this is a message from spirit that you need to be careful about who you're letting in your space, your life, your body, and your mind. Who are you sharing yourself with, You need to be careful about that. It's not, I'm not saying that they'll hurt you or anything, but I mean, that's possible because I do sense a little bit of toxicity. But I feel like you have been shifting so much, and spirit wants you, like, spirit is wanting this reading to be like a guidance almost, in order to, so that you get what you want, so that you have your deepest desire fulfilled. Spirit wants that you get everything you want, pile number one. It's very important that you get everything you want. So, and we have 6 and 6 together. I didn't notice that, but we have 6 and 6 together. So maybe 6 is some kind of an important number for you. Oh my gosh, we have the High Priestess. I was saying, wasn't I, that you guys are highly spiritual. We have the 10 of Wands reversed. We have the 8 of Wands upright. 9 of Wands. Wow. So we have 8, 9, 10. All of the Wands cards. Gorgeous. And your main card was willpower. And we have 4, 4. The Chariot. Okay. Okay. So with the 10 of Wands coming out in reversed, I feel like you're going to achieve your dream, but you could be taking on too much stress right now. Maybe one of your, because 10 of Wands reversed, not reversed, but upright, usually talks about taking on too many responsibilities, almost to the point that it's burdensome, right? Like, it's too overwhelming, it's too stressful. And we have your main card literally say, improve your willpower to reduce your stress level. I feel like this reading is serving as a, almost like a reminder, or almost as a message to you that you need to, you're taking too much stress, like you're taking more than you can chew. What is that phrase? Biting more than you can chew, something like that. Like you're you could be, let's say, if you're involved in a project, you could have taken like 2-3 more projects, even though you're able to do only one, like, and that is what is increasing your stress. So it's like spirit wants to say that you need to first decrease your stress. Like, it's okay to work less. It's okay to work less. If you work less, that doesn't mean that your desire is not going to be achieved. So first thing you need to understand is that you need to be relaxed. You need to be almost intuitive, more spiritual. You need to be relaxed. You need to be in a receptive energy mode in order to achieve your desires, in spite of people telling you that you need to, work really hard and you need to keep working all the time, keep hustling all the time. However, that's not true, because you see how this Eight of Wands here, now Eight of Wands usually talks about speed, right? Movement, forward movement and very fast movement. Like this is a confirmation that anything, like whatever the spread is about, that energy is coming in very quickly and very soon. So I feel like this is a combination. I feel like this card is giving two messages. First thing is that your desires are coming to fruition quickly in your life. But for these desires, these dreams to come into fruition in the 3D, in real life for you quickly, you need to first be de-stressed. So do everything that you can, like anything that you can that makes you feel relaxed, makes you feel happy, makes you feel fulfilled, abundant, safe, at home. Whatever you can do that makes you feel connected to your higher self, to spirit. Like if you need to take 1 hour off every day, and you can't afford to have an hour off, like take at least 30 minutes, take at least 45 minutes for yourself. Make sure that you're doing that, because I feel like you guys work really hard, or you guys have like a single-minded focus about what you want to do, and it's like you're mentally working. If you're not physically working, you're mentally working all the time, and because of that you are risking being drained of your energy with the Six of Swords here and the Four of Cups reversed here. You're risking an energy drain, and spirit is almost like you need to take some time and just be happy, just feel safe, just feel happy, just feel like things are taking care of themselves behind the scenes. You don't know about it, but things are taking care of themselves. So I feel like with the Chariot reversed here, you could feel that you are not going to achieve your dream, or that there is no way to achieve your dream. Like you don't see a path to your dream, or how you can make it come true. But the very first card that we have is High Priestess here. So along with relaxing and along with harnessing your own willpower, you need to also connect directly with spirit, because I feel like one of the things that you are meant to do is establish a direct connection with source, establish a direct connection with your higher self and your spirit guide specifically. And it's like you don't need a tarot reading. You guys are spiritual enough. You don't need a tarot reading to tell you that you're going to achieve your dream or how you're going to achieve it. It's almost like one of the things that you need to learn on your journey to achieving your dream is how to listen to your own inner guidance, how to listen to your own divine wisdom. That is something that will be shown to you. So that is why I'm being told that you need to relax, because when you're relaxed, that is when you can listen to what your spirit guides want to communicate with you regarding your dream and how you're going to get it and when you're going to get it. So I feel like you need to start relaxing, taking the time off, start meditating, start incorporating some yoga, start incorporating breath work, pranayama if you can, anything that will help you relax. Start eating healthy, start eating more pranic foods, less processed foods, less non-veg foods, less junk food, obviously. And start working on your energy. There's a lot of emphasis here on your energy itself and working on enhancing your energies. Now there is now yoga definitely works on energy, but you need to try out Isha Upayoga, right? It's available on YouTube. It's for free, and they have like this whole tutorial. I think it's only 30 minutes. So 30 minutes every day, just do all of those practices and just be with yourself. Like bring your attention back to yourself, while you do those practices. Focus on breath, focus on yourself, focus on how your body feels. And the more you do that, the more present you will become. And I've noticed this in my life as well. And this is not sponsored, by the way. I'm speaking from my own experience. I became very happy after like 20-30 days. I woke up and I was just happy for no reason at all, like even if there was nothing to look forward to. And that was such a huge change, because that happiness allowed me to do a lot of things in my life that I always wanted to do, but I was always afraid or was anxious about. And it's like all of the doubts and fear almost kind of melt away without you actually working on it directly. You're just working on your energy, And then once your energy is taken care of, you don't actually need to work on the fear or anything like that, or how how are you going to do it, when is this energy coming. You don't actually need to work on that. Those things kind of take care of themselves. So that's a message I'm being told. With the Chariot reversed here, a path will be shown to you. I just heard you are the path. You are the path. You've been trying to look for a path, thinking that you need to find something else in order to, achieve it in your life. But this reading is coming in as a confirmation or as a reminder that you are the path. You are the path. I don't know what that means. I think it's going to mean different things for all of you. But you are the path. Life is not just about achieving this and achieving that and having this and having that, or feeling good or feeling happy even. It's about evolution. It's about expansion. You are here for your own expansion first and foremost. So get connected to yourself, and that is how you're going to be shown the path. You are definitely achieving whatever it is that you want, but be careful not to fall in a slump. Be careful not to fall in a downward spiral, and be careful of negative energy. If you are prone to falling, prey to negative energies, and this could, I'm not sensing that a person is trying to harm you. I just feel like that, it's like an energetic influence there that you're picking up subconsciously or unconsciously. Yeah, please start doing the 𝒫𝓵𝑒 exercises, because those yoga practices are so powerful, so powerful. They've been curated by Sadhguru himself, who is an Indian mystic, and he knows so much about Indian culture. And yoga is where obviously it originated in India. So, and a lot of saints have already written about yoga, but you don't get the true essence of yoga. And I feel like you'll get the true essence of yoga from the 𝒫𝓵𝑒. So start doing those practices, even if you can do one of those practices every day. 𝑛𝑎𝑑𝑖 is a practice that will help you a lot. A lot of breathwork practices are coming through for you. So maybe breathwork practices in specific would be really helpful for you, because 𝑛𝑎𝑑𝑖 is also a breathwork practice where the 𝑚 and the 𝑝, which is the two energy centers of the body, they are there. 𝑛𝑎𝑑𝑖 is a practice to kind of balance that out. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. You can check it out, or you can write 𝒫𝓵𝑒 tutorial on YouTube, and it's available for free. So highly, recommending that. Spirit is like, tell them about this. So the faster you work on your energy, the faster this dream will come in your 3D life, like tangible, being able to touch it, being able to feel it, not just in the 5D. It's going to exist for you in reality. I feel like you might have the tendency to live in your head a lot, with the whole spiral kind of patterns that were formed on this bowl. But it's okay, because your dreams are coming true, so it's all right. And this was it for your reading, my dear pile number 1. I want to take the time to thank you, thank all of the cards, thank the sacred water and watercolors that I used today. And I would like to thank pile number 1 for staying with me, for being part of my soul family, and for listening to this message bravely. I would like to thank pile number 1's spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and everyone who has come through to allow me the honor to do their reading. Thank you so much, my dear pile number 1. I'm honored to have been done this reading for you sacred and lovely souls. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Have a lovely week. Bye. Hello, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 2, you chose this very beautiful and very unique card called Turn Over a New Page. Now, the very first thing that I'm getting is that you're doing something unique, or you're interested in doing something unique in your life, something that nobody's seen before. You could be artists, or I feel like you have a creative spirit. Like when I'm tapping into your energy, there is some kind of creative energy within you. Or I don't know if you know about it, or if you guys are artists, or you guys are harnessing that creative energy in some way. But I do feel like there is a lot of creative energy hidden within you, and some of you have accessed it, some of you have not accessed it. I feel like for some of you it's dormant right now. And almost with this message here, turn over a new page, I'm getting that if you guys have not tried anything creative, or um, have never or you know, for whatever reason, if you thought like, oh, I'm not a good artist or whatever, you've never tried anything creative in your life, please do. Because I feel like your soul, one of the ways that your soul wants to express itself is through a creative outlet. Now this could be anything. It doesn't have to be drawing or painting in particular. It could be making furniture, or designing a room, or designing wedding invitations. Like it really could be anything, something creative, um, something to do with design, something to do with graphics. Maybe some of you guys, I'm getting like a mix of creative energy but mixed in with some Aquarius, you know. So I feel like you guys could be very good digital artists or graphic designers, something about using computers, something about using softwares like Photoshop to draw, or to procreate. I just heard procreate. So you guys could be, if you guys already do portraits or draw, you know, on your computer or even on paper, that's something that's being encouraged by spirit. That's something that's being encouraged by spirit. I feel, I just saw like spirit personally has touched your eyes. Like I just saw like this was what was shown to me, you know. Like spirit has personally touched your eyes, like the way you see the world. I feel like nobody in your family or nobody around you sees the world quite like you do, specifically pile number 2. And you are here to bring that perspective forth for other people to see. And the way other people are going to see, the way you look at things, which is, you know, a blessing from spirit, is through art, or is through creating something that your soul desires to create. So the very first message that is coming out for you is that start creating. Like if you always wanted, let's say you always felt drawn to calligraphy, right? But you never tried calligraphy because you just thought you wouldn't be good at it, or you know, but you always loved those calligraphy artists, so you follow a lot of pages on Instagram and Pinterest to, because you feel nice to watch it, you know. So I feel like you need to start doing calligraphy yourself and not just watching other people do it. So that's the message I'm getting for you. Let's get further into your reading. You guys could live in a place where there are a lot of trees, or a lot of space, a lot of air to breathe. Like it's a beautiful place. And I feel like you might not like it there because you might want to move to a city. Maybe you live in a countryside and you want to move to the city. Because the life is kind of slow in a countryside and it's relaxed. And one of the things that spirit is coming through to say is that life in a city is very hectic, very fast paced, and you might not like it if you move to a city. Of course, spirit is not, asking you to not move to the city. Maybe this is one of your dreams, that you want to buy a house in a proper city. I don't know why, but I was just taken to like Jeju Island and Seoul, which is in South Korea. And Jeju Island is actually like a countryside. It's kind of like a village. But it's beautiful, okay? And there's, of course, the whole island is surrounded by water, and it's so beautiful. A lot of people go there to relax or for a vacation. And then Seoul is like a proper city where with proper buildings and infrastructure and trains and everything. And obviously the employment rate and everything is higher in Seoul because it's a city, and it's considered like, if somebody is from the city, how they, like, how people react, oh my god, like they're from the city, wow. And it's almost like I'm getting that the people around you are like that, or they feel like, oh my god, they're from the city, oh my god, they're from so and so place. And spirit is like, yeah, sure, that's great. We understand why you would want to move to the city, but have you considered the lifestyle there? It's very fast-paced, and obviously things are more expensive in a city as compared to a countryside, right? The food will be more expensive, just everything, the bills, the rent, if you're going to be living on rent, or even if you buy a property, it will be more expensive in a city. Like if you go to a proper city, it'll be more expensive there compared to a countryside. And it's almost like spirit is not discouraging you from, if you want to move to the countryside, their spirit is not saying that you shouldn't do that, but they're just saying that you might not like it once you move to the city. So what you can do is go to a city or wherever it is that you dream of settling down. Wherever you dream of settling down, go to that place and live there for some time if you can, with a friend or somebody, and see if you like the life there, like you like the lifestyle and you like the people. And then you can decide, so that you don't feel like you made a mistake, like you don't feel like you're still unfulfilled, even though you achieved your dream, even though you achieved what you wanted. So I feel like that is one of the things that you desire, is moving to another place away from your hometown. There's almost this feeling like you're homesick, but not for home. You're homesick for adventure, you're homesick for travel. I feel like your soul wants to travel. You could be Sagittarius, or you could have Sagittarius energy or placements in your chart. You long to travel somewhere, you long to go somewhere away from your home. But I feel like the place where you live, your hometown right now, is very beautiful. I like that keeps coming through. It's so beautiful. I feel like you don't realize just how beautiful it is right now. I'm also feeling that once you move, you'll realize that other people are missing out on the beauty that you get to see every day right now. Because you wake up not to the sound of an alarm clock. You wake up to the sound of birds chirping outside your window. You wake up to the sunlight, to the breeze, to clean air on your skin. And people in a city might wake up to horns blaring on the street, traffic jams. They might wake up to alarm clocks making noises, like it's a very different kind of life, because they have to be on time, right? And I'm not saying that a city life is better than country life, or country life is better than city life. I'm not here to make that judgment, but because everybody likes different things, right? So it's really up to you. But you don't realize just how much beauty. I'm getting that you move, let's say, like hypothetically, you move to a city from your countryside, your hometown, and then you almost start feeling homesick, and you start understanding that, oh my god, these people are missing out on how connected I was to the trees, to the air, because one of the advantages of living a slow life is that you get to feel every moment. You're not in a rush to get somewhere. You get to feel each and every moment. And I feel like you need to bring that presence back into your life. And that is not to say that you can't bring that presence into your life if you live in a city, you can, but there's something about the countryside holding some kind of magic for you that you don't realize. Seven of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Ace of Cups, yes. Wow, you have the High Priestess. So many positive cards, pile number 2. Regardless of, like, even if you don't resonate with that message of, wanting to move to a city, and maybe you don't want to move anywhere as such, I feel like whatever your dream is, whether it's moving or not moving, you're going to achieve it. And I feel like, you see how this otter is kind of with the cup in his hand, and it's happy, it's kind of floating on the surface of the ocean, not trying to get somewhere, right? It's not trying to swim somewhere, it's not, because it already has what it wants. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that you're going to have after a lot of hardships, I should say. There's going to be some kind of an obstacle, but that obstacle is an illusion, and you're going to get through it very quickly. Let's say it's like something to do with finances, and then you realize, oh, wait a second, nothing is limited in this universe, so finances are also an unlimited resource, and I can manifest as much finances, as much abundance as I want to travel somewhere, And it's like, wait a second, I actually don't need money to travel somewhere. Like, I know that the opportunity is going to come to me. And so it's almost like whatever problems you have or you're going to have in achieving your dream, it's an illusion, like it's not real. Something to say with spirit is like, it's a self-limiting belief. So it's not real. It's not actually a problem in the 3D. You just perceive it as a problem. That's why it's not real. But in a way, it's real because you're perceiving it as such. But the moment you stop perceiving it as a problem, I feel like it kind of just goes away, And you're going to get to, with the Ace and High Priestess coming out, this is a surefire confirmation that you are getting what you want. And you're not just getting what you want, you're going to be so happy and feel so connected to spirit. I feel like this dream, this desire is going to bring you closer to spirit in some way, closer to your higher self, closer to your team of spirit guides that are watching over you. And I feel like you're going to be able to feel their guidance. You're going to be able to feel them nudging you in a particular direction that, okay, pile number 2, you need to take this path, you need to make this choice. Like, this is the correct thing right now. With the eyes closed here, you see how she has the eyes closed here, and both of these cards are giving me a very similar energy. And she has her eyes closed because she doesn't need to see with her eyes of where she's going. She's being intuitively led. So it's like there's no need to keep the eyes open, because she knows that wherever she ends up, it's going to be the correct path, because she's being intuitively guided and she's listening to her own inner voice and inner guidance. With the Nine of Swords coming out reversed, I feel like you could be healing from some kind of negative, toxic influence in your life. Or maybe you want to get away from this negative, toxic influence in your life. And one of the solutions that you came up with was like leaving your hometown. Because it could be, for some of you, I feel like these are people that are creating problems for you. They're toxic. And for some of you, I'm feeling that it could just you feeling, there's this deep feeling of you feeling like you're trapped, like you're stuck in one place, and that you're never going to move somewhere, that you're never going to get somewhere, that you're never going to get what you want. There's this feeling of like being stuck. You see how there are swords kind of going through this centipede where like it's stuck in one place, right? And I feel like Spirit wants to help you kind of come out of this energy. And one of the biggest limitation maybe you feel is financial limitation, like you feel financially limited with the Nine of Pentacles here, that you don't have enough money to go somewhere or to buy whatever you want or to get like something to do with money. Because I did give a finance example before, and I don't know why, but that is the example that was given to me by Spirit. And then Nine of Pentacles is your last card. So I feel like where you're going, and you're feeling super fulfilled and abundant, and you're coming out of this kind of energy where you're feeling stuck or you're feeling trapped. You're free here, you know. Like, what are you achieving? You're achieving freedom, some kind of, you're going to get what you want. And you're not just going to get what you want, you're going to be super connected to Spirit in the process of getting what you want. Like, by the time you go, like, let's say this is the place you want to go, right? Like, this is the goal, like having your ideal body type, let's say, or moving to another country, right? And you are here right now, so you're moving from here to there. And as you shift your energy to move to this place, I see you getting more and more connected with Spirit and being able to listen to the spiritual guidance. And it's almost like you're going to be able to tell that they're speaking to you. And you know how a tarot reader kind of listens to messages very clearly? That's how you're going to be able to do it as well. So you guys are becoming very spiritual also. And I feel like you didn't ask for it, but that's something that's happening for you. And as a result of that, I feel like you're going to manifest a lot of financial abundance, more financial abundance than your whole family has seen. Like, a lot of financial abundance. Like, you're going to be very independent. You're going to be able to take care of yourself, and not just yourself. I feel like if you wanted, you could like support the whole family of 10 people or 5 people if you wanted. Like, that's the kind of abundance you're pulling in through this spiritual wisdom and guidance that is coming through for you. Because Spirit is like, we want to show you a way to make a lot of money. And the moment you start listening to, okay, let me see what Spirit is saying, let me see what path Spirit is showing me. Of course, like, Spirit knows better than we humans do. So they want to help you. And you see how we have the ace here, and then we have 2, so 1 2, and then we have the 9 here, and 2 9s in your reading. So 9 maybe is an important angel number. September could be an important month for you if you're watching this in September, but you don't have to. I do feel like some of you are watching like from the future meaning that not in 2023, not at the time of upload basically. But a lot of you are watching this in September, and if that is the case, then September is a great month for you. Or September is a month of a lot of changes, a lot of purging, a lot of transformation that is happening. And because of that, you're falling in alignment with this Spirit. And I feel like whatever path or whatever choice is kind of opening up to you to get what you want, whatever is opening up to you, you take it. I feel like you kind of take the chance and you're like, okay, let me see where Spirit is guiding me, and you trust Spirit and you surrender to the waves of Spirit and what they want to give. And the result of it is 9 of Pentacles, which is your dream coming true, ultimate. The 9 of Pentacles is a huge confirmation that you are definitely getting what you want. You're going to be able to establish your new life successfully. Either it's in a new place or it's in the same place. Maybe you're buying your own house in your hometown itself. You're going to be able to successfully transition into that change, like whatever change you're trying to bring into your life, whatever you're desiring at the moment, you're going to successfully. I'm seeing like a ball kind of rolling, and it's like the ball has started rolling. So even before you asked for this dream to be manifested for you, the ball has started rolling behind the scenes. Like, Spirit already started working on it. Spirit guides already started working on it. So they are already helping you. You just don't know about it. And the result is that you're going to be fully financially stable, fully secure, fully safe within yourself, not relying on anybody else. In fact, I see people relying on you. And yeah, I just feel like you're going to have like so much money, or that you're not even like, you're waking up and I don't see you worried at all. If you're worried about finances right now, when you're at this point in your life, you're waking up and you're like, well, I'm making so and so amount of money, I don't need to, worry if I'm going to have food on the table tomorrow, because I'm making so much and it's guaranteed that you're going to have food. And like, I'm seeing some kind of worry dissipating. I'm seeing some kind of anxiety just disappearing, because you're so financially secure that you don't need to think about it anymore. You don't need to think about what you're worried about. And I see you kind of closing your eyes and just being relaxed and being like, I already got what I wanted, and more than what I asked for. So you're very relaxed and you're very chill, and you're very connected to spirit. And I feel like this you when you achieve this dream, when you achieve this circumstance or this incident in your life, is going to serve as an inspiration for the rest of the things that are going to come into your life, and be like, well, spirit gave me $1 million, so you know not saying that you're getting $1 million. Maybe you are, I don't know. But it's a huge sum of money, and it's going to come to you like in a way that feels fated, in a way that feels like it's something that you're going to get the money, and then you're going to be like, wow, I never thought that I could make money by doing this thing online, or by doing like this, or by giving people this. And it's in a way that is unexpected. Like, your dream is coming true in an unexpected way, and that is why I'm not being shown exactly how it's coming true for you. So that was it for your reading, pile number 2. I got too deep into it. Hope this reading helped you, my dear loves. I'm going to take the time to thank you, all of the cards that I used today, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, the divine water, and the watercolors for helping me channel for pile number 2. I hope this message resonated with you, and hope you take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on the email address mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. I've put that in the description, so it's easy for you to access. And yeah, I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 3 or card number 3, you choose this one, Ending a Trauma, Transform Memories and Symptoms. I feel like you have been on this journey for quite some time now. And I feel like a cycle is ending for you. A cycle is ending for you. A lot of you may be new on this channel or you're coming here for the first time. You've never seen my readings, but I'm feeling that you guys have been on a spiritual journey and that's how you found out about tarot and divination and everything. You see how this is almost a spiral. This is almost a spiral, and here in the center, it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like there is a happy ending in store for you, but your spirit guides are almost like a little bit mischievous, almost. Well, not mischievous, but they're playful. They're being playful, and they're like, shh, shh. Like, they don't want to tell me what it is that you're going to get after you end all of the cycles or all of the toxic patterns. Like, what are you going to get after this healing journey is going to be something that blows your mind. It's going to be more than what you asked for. It's going to be amazing, of course. And I feel like the light is coming back to you, especially if you come from darkness, in the sense that you were born in a family where there was a lot of trauma, where you were abused or you were traumatized in some way, or there was some kind of familial patterns that were being repeated, and then you were the one who became like the harbinger of change, and you were the one who said, no, I'm going to change this, I'm going to say no. Let's say there were issues with females having boundaries, then you start saying no. You don't have to be female, of course. Boundaries are not something that is female, but let's say that there was an issue where people didn't respect children, and then you decide that, okay, I'm going to honor my children, I'm going to honor the children that I see around me, I'm going to respect the children that I see around me, because they have more wisdom within themselves than most adults do. And once you I don't know if you realize, some of you did it kind of subconsciously, like you saw what was happening around you and in your family, and that it was toxic or there was something not right, and you were kind of shifting that and changing that without knowing that what you were doing was shifting the intergenerational trauma cycle. And you did it, and you did it, and you did it, and you've blossomed into such a beautiful human being, pile number 3. So first and foremost, I would like to say congratulations. I would have loved to be your friend, pile number 3, because I feel like you've gone through a lot in your life, but you've come out victorious in the sense that you have not lost your humanity. You have not become a pawn in the zero-sum game. You're somebody who is powerful, you're somebody who is confident, beautiful, and you're constantly working on being confident and beautiful. You might not see yourself as perfect, pile number 3, but I do get the feeling that Spirit sees you as perfection. Like, Spirit sees you, and Spirit just has so much love for you. Like, I wish you could feel how Spirit is looking at you right now. Spirit is looking at you like my golden light, like my golden child. So special you are, pile number 3. So beautiful you are. And they want to thank you. Your spirit guides and some of your ancestors want to thank you. They are coming through to say thank you for shifting this cycle. They're saying that they know that it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for you to do that, but you did it anyway. Even sometimes, even if it meant sometimes that you had to go against a family member wishes or your parents' wishes, you did it anyway. And they want to they are commending your bravery. They want to, like, I see them kind of patting your back almost and being like, yes, pile number 3, pile number 3 is the one, and almost being very proud of you. Like, your ancestors are so proud of you, specifically, more than your spirit guides, more than Spirit. Your ancestors are just coming in through very strong, and they're like, yes, pile number 3. Pile number 3 is the one that changed this in our family. And it's like, how in the physical world we have a parent will kind of put a photo frame of their child when they achieve something, like when they get like an award or a trophy for something, and they'll keep a photo of that with the trophy. I'm getting that your spirit guides and your ancestors are doing that, but in the spiritual realm. Like, they have your, like your energy imprint, and they're like, like if they have a conversation with other spirit guides or with other energetic beings, they're like, oh, like what's going on in your family line? Like, what are you shifting in the human consciousness level? And then they're kind of showing them your name and your life, and they're kind of taking them to you and being like, yo, pile number 3 is the one, pile number 3 changed so much. And I see all of them being so impressed by all of the work that you have done to shift and change your life, basically. And I feel like this is also a message I'm getting, but whatever you're desiring, I feel like it's something that is total opposite to how people in your life or people around you have lived. And you're definitely getting what you want, but it might be in a way that is unexpected, or it might be in a time that is unexpected. I don't know why, but with this yellow here, I was taken to like turmeric milk. Now, in India, turmeric is considered one of the, greatest antibiotics in India. Almost all recipes have turmeric in it, and it's known for being medicinally good for the body. So because it works on the immune system. And one of the things that I used to drink as a child was milk, some warm milk with turmeric when I had a cold. So if you have a cold or something, maybe try turmeric milk. If you're allergic to turmeric, please don't try that. But I'm something about your immune system getting stronger, something about your physical body becoming stronger, like all of the work that you're doing on an energetic level, on a spiritual level, I'm getting that it's working. Of course the energy is being purged, but what is happening as a side effect is that your physical health is getting better. So if you wanted to be healthy, if you wanted to be physically healthy, like physically fit, that is something that you're achieving, that is something that you're going to get. And I feel like you might not think that you're ever going to be healthy, especially if you have some sort of a disability or something. You don't think that you're ever going to be healthy, like, maybe you'll never be able to walk again or something. Like, there's some message here like that. But you're still going to be healthy. Does, like, just because you can't walk or just because you have some sort of physical disability doesn't mean that you can't be a healthy human being and live like a long life. You can still live a long life. And spirit is saying, like, don't give up. This is not the time for you to give up, pile number 3, because 3D problems, or 3D problems don't mean shit. Okay, that's what I'm being told. Like, they don't mean shit compared to your light and your power. Maybe you were drawn to pile number 1 as well, because there's something there's something coming through about your power. Like, you hold so much power within yourself. Like, you did all of this alone, pile number 3. Like, nobody was there. You did this, and you can do this. Okay. So the last color that I added was Jane's Gray, which is almost like a black color. One of my favorite colors. But I'm almost feeling that your light was being pushed out by these toxic influences or these toxic energies and people, but not anymore. Like, it's time that you decide that to say no. And I'm getting that everybody has a dream, right? Like, they want to have something. We all have something that we want to achieve. But with you, pile number 3, what I'm getting is that you are the achievement. You know what I mean? Like, you are the dream. Like, you are your ideal dream. You don't want to just have something in your life, because you know that having of something is not ultimately the most fulfilling experience. The rich people of the world, they're not very happy, some of them. So that means that you need to focus on yourself and be a person. And it's almost like the whole focus of you is you. Or this reading is asking you, like, to be your own focus, like to be physically healthy, physically beautiful, physically fit, physically handsome. Physically you're taking care of yourself. Then after the physical, we have the mental. So you're taking care of yourself mentally. Feed yourself positive thoughts. Feed yourself like positive information, good information. Then emotionally, are you making enough space for how you feel? Taking care of how you feel. If you're feeling jet lag, why did I say jet lagged? Maybe some of you guys travel. If you're feeling tired, lethargic, take rest. Fall in a deep sleep that nourishes your soul and your body, And spiritually, of course, you need to take care of yourself by either doing some yogasanas, breathwork practices, meditations. Yeah, so that is, and I see you kind of doing all of this, okay? All of this. I know that list sounded very overwhelming, but you're doing all of this, or you've already started to do all of this, or you're being called to do all of it, or some of it at least. And the moment you start doing it, I feel like you're on your path to be your own dream. You know what I mean? Like, you are the achievement, pile number 3. Like, you are the dream. And then people are going to look at you and be like, okay, I want to be like pile number 3. So you are somebody's dream someday. Like, you're going to become somebody's inspiration someday. And people are going to read about you and read your story. And hear you or watch you in a video or watch an interview of you and be like, oh my god, pile number 3, they went through like something so much that was such an extreme human experience, and they came out of it, they brought themselves out of it. And it's almost like you're serving as an inspiration, and then all these people that have been talking shit about you, they are going to be left in the dust. You see, like, you're leaving them so behind, and your light is overpowering their darkness. Like, their darkness is not going to be touching you. It's not going to be able to get to your light. So far, maybe they managed to, dim out your light so far, because, when you're a child, you are dependent on your primary caregivers, and if they're toxic, then you kind of don't have any choice, right? But now things are changing because you're going to be grown up, and if you find ways to make money and like take care of yourself, like, who's going to stop you? Who's going to stop you? You are unstoppable. Pile number 3. Yes, we have the 8 of Swords. Gorgeous. 3 of Pentacles. 3, 4. The Tower. Yes. Now, to achieve this dream, you have to go through some kind of a drastic lesson or a drastic change, and I feel that you are resisting it. But I feel like what is changing is the fact that, okay, I'm going to give you an example, okay? Like, let's say that you grew up in a very toxic family and your parents always rejected you in some way, right? They always made you feel like there was something wrong with you, right? And now you realize, wait a second, I want to build confidence, and I don't want to keep feeling like I'm some kind of a loser. I want to be able to achieve what I want to achieve, and I'll be able to have what I want to have. And one of the ways to do that, obviously, is to work on your self-esteem and to work on loving yourself. And you realized, okay, I feel like I'm a disappointment, and I feel like I'm not good at anything, that I don't have talents, I don't have this, and you feel like you're not good enough because you've built a lot of self-limiting beliefs because of the environment that always caged you and kind of, put you in a shell. And now it is time that you break through it. And when you start to break through it and you start giving love to yourself, that's going to feel unfamiliar. Like, let's say you start looking in the mirror and you tell yourself, you know what? You are the love of my life. And it's your own reflection in the mirror, right? You start doing that practice. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like, wait a second, that doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, it feels weird. There's going to be a lot of resistance that comes up because you're doing something that is not familiar to you. What is familiar to you is hating yourself and berating yourself, because that is the environment that you were in. So the moment you start loving yourself, it becomes unfamiliar. So that is why this change can be difficult to bring in, or stepping into confidence or stepping into your full power becomes difficult because that is not something that is familiar to you. And Spirit is almost like you need to go through that path. You need to go through that path. You need to go through this change. You need to go through this death period, this dark night of the soul, or this ego death, where your self-concept is changing, right? When self-concept changes, it feels like the end of the world, I kid you not. Because you're going to start feeling like, oh my god, wait a second, I don't know who I am anymore, I was the person who used to hate themselves. I was the person who woke up late in the morning, who didn't take care of themselves, and then suddenly you wake up and you're like, I see you being very determined, and I see you waking up, and I see you putting yourself first and doing it again and again and again, no matter what these people have to say. And that is what is going to serve as an inspiration, that it's like, at some point you're choosing not to listen to all of these people. And I feel like that's one of the best decisions you're making, is to not to listen to all of these people that keep trying to bring you down, because these people are not worthy of being listened to by you. So it's almost like the moment you stop listening to these people, you're not becoming a match to people trying to bring you down. You're becoming a match to people that want to lift you up, right? Because right now I'm not seeing that you're surrounded by people that want to lift you up right now. And I'm seeing that those people are kind of coming in to your life. Those people are kind of coming into your life. And you're not alone. There's going to be a team that helps you, that lifts you up. You're going to have friends that love you for who you are. So if you're worried about that, pile number 3, that you're going to be alone, you're not going to be alone. You're going to have great friends. Page of Wands reversed. You have the 3 of Swords, the Hermit, the Fool, 6 of Wands. Yes. This victory, this being an inspiration and being a dream, is not going to be the easiest experience of your life. I feel like it's going to be one of the hardest experiences of your life, is going through this in your life. With the Fool and Tower coming out reversed, I feel like this new beginning, this new way of life, new way of living, like going back to the same example, the same pattern. If you take a step to love yourself, like you bring in some kind of a routine, like speaking to yourself every day while looking in the mirror and saying that you are the love of your life, it's a small thing and it barely takes a second, right? But that change is difficult for you to bring in. And I feel like you're being asked to kind of go through that process. You know how a butterfly or a chick comes out of an egg? If you break the egg from the outside, the chick is going to be very weak and not be able to fly, or something like that. But there's this thing where spirit is like, you need to go through this process alone so that we can come in, help you, we can come in, and there's a certain aspect to this process. I feel like you need to, when it comes to loving yourself, I feel like you're the only person who can, who has to really make those changes, who has to really start eating healthy, really bring in those changes. And then once you do that, I feel like a lot of people, I feel like your spirit guides are working in conjunction with each other. You're going to actually manifest people, actual people in 3D that love you, that support you, and you're going to feel invincible. You're going to feel unstoppable. The 3 of Cards is usually like a card of heartbreaks. It's usually the card of heartbreaks. But what I'm seeing is a bird that is free. That is free, because I don't see the swords trying to stop the bird, I'm seeing somebody who's free. I'm seeing somebody who has gone through all of the heartbreaks, all of the hardships, all of the pain, and has come out of it. And you see how the Hermit is being represented by the jaguar, which I feel like is you and your strength and your beauty that is just radiating outside. And I feel like that is what you are becoming. Like, this is your becoming, your dream, what you're achieving, like your ultimate goal, your achievement. This is your becoming. This is you. You are your ultimate dream. Wow, this is such a beautiful, empowering reading. I wish you all the very best, pile number 3. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on my email ID, which is mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. I'll leave it in the description so it's easy for you to access. And such a pleasure doing this reading, pile number 3. Looks like you've got all of your, priorities correct. You're not just trying to achieve like a bunch of money or something. Like, you are your own dream, and I love that. I love that you are your own achievement and that you are the goal. And I'm so happy that you're going to serve as an inspiration for lots more people to come, and a lot of children in your family, your grandchildren, that are going to look up to you and love you for who you are. I'm so looking forward to it. I hope you are looking forward to your life as well, pile number 3. There's a lot of happy endings for you, believe it or not, and a lot of victories coming to you. And with that said, I'm going to take the time to thank all of the cards that I used today, to thank the sacred water and watercolors. Thank you. Thank you, pile number 3, for being here and spending time with me on my channel. I would like to thank your spirit guides and your angels, your ancestors, for helping me guide you through this reading, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. It was such a pleasure knowing you, pile number 3. Bye.